the scenes, and because he got fans and had Lucian, everybody just get to turn a blind eye. The blind eye days are done.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. Please like the video and subscribe. Our target is only 1,000 likes. So Drake's company Frozen Moments filed a petition in a New York court on Monday accusing the streaming service Spotify and Universal Music Group of conspiring to inflate the streams of Kendrick Lamar's hit diss track Not Like Us. Not Like Us being the result of Kendrick Lamar and Drake's year-long beef, broke records on the Billboard rap charts, retaining the top spot all summer. Frozen Moments, which is described in the filing as an entity wholly owned by Drake, alleges that Universal Music Group launched a campaign to manipulate and saturate the streaming services and airwaves with Not Like Us via bots and pay-for-play agreements. The filing alleges the song was licensed to Spotify at a 30% discount in exchange for a boost in recommendation to users. The track now has over 900 million streams on Spotify, that's according to the service. The petition also alleges UMG used bots to drive up streams on Not Like Us, paid radio promoters to increase airplay, and even paid tech giant Apple to have its voice assistant Siri misdirect users to Kendrick Lamar's hit song.
Face adversity. Adversity makes you change your mind and look for another plan.
True.
If any athlete, it's like saying LeBron James is stupid because he don't own a team or he don't own a league and he's taking a check. I think that, again, until you face some level of adverse situations, that's when your brain changes and you got to think around it and to circumvent it.
I feel that. I was thinking specifically.
This is his first time facing adversity in 15 years. And so now we see what he's doing at the face of adversity.
Or he's a selfish, lying, manipulative sack of shit who has made enemies for 15 years, and now we're here at boiling point.
They both could be true.
You've been behind the scenes being the biggest sack of shit you can possibly be. I'm not here to play games with you. Niggas know what it is out there. That's it. And he's white. And he's Jewish. And he had too much dip on his chip. You have been behind the scenes, hitting baby moms, sending money to this baby. Yo, dog, you've been back and sending messages to this wife, talking shit about, hey, but this mom died. Hey, all that's cool, but where my beat at? I don't give a that your mom died. Dog, this has been a sack of shit behind the scenes, and because he got fans and had Lucian, everybody just get to turn a blind eye. The blind eye days are done. That's done with now. I don't want to hear none of that shit now. Now we've seen the hand, you've seen their hand. What's it going to be, and what are you going to do? That's what it is.
Fully showing you.
He's showing you who he is. I came in here and asked y'all. It was the last Drake single that really popped off. I know that everybody just think I'm a hater, but I'm a student of this shit. And to be that, you got to look at what's going on with Drake. And y'all told me the SZA and Sexy Red record was the one. And that answer was unacceptable for me because to me, that record came and went. There was no legs. And when there's no legs, there's no money. When there's no legs, when the record that should be playing a little longer ain't getting burned like that, I don't remember him having a Singleton's God's Plan. With legs. With a plan. He ain't looked so hip-hop to me in a long time. Which is the entire point that Kendrick keeps saying. Remind me of when Puff went in Def Jam after they signed 112. Def Jam signed 112. Boy, they was excited about it. Puff went in there and said, oh, y'all think y'all was getting 112? What, you think 112 was 112 without me? These just some country ass without me. It's the same shit. Yeah, no, it's just coming to a head now. So now it just look different because of the Lucian and because of the lawsuits that we that we about to get to. But this has been a piece of shit, and too many people have seen it. There's a list of billionaires that hate him now. We ain't talking about all these little rapper niggas you was dealing with. And it's too late because all of the music industry people get word early.
True.
So they moved to the tech side. They don't care about none of this ghetto garbage hootenanny. They seen where the money was circulating, and now they have gigs over there. Shout to Nas and all the other artists that seen what it is and went to create over there now. It's you that stayed in the game for too long. It's you that didn't take. You got to look at where niggas is at, yo. Rick Ross make the best music in the world. Rick Ross is not producing like Rick Ross did. He probably don't have to. He did his business. But everybody has a back end of their career. Meek Mill, you know what time it is with Meek Mill. He made the slappingest of the slaps. Look at him now. Look at him now. Look at T.I. now. Look at anybody you want to look at
same
now.
thing with Meek.
There is a back end.
Once you learn,
2% of artists that could even have the thought. Stop with this shit.
no, but that's his point. His point is the rank and file artist is getting because they keep crowning one person who takes all the energy out the room. If we stop that process, now Joe Schmo can get a chance. That's his whole point. Is that
But he never gave a about that beforehand.
It's totally disingenuous. It's totally disingenuous.
And it's cap. And it's cap.
But I'm saying, but that's his argument, is that this
Joe
can now help
Schmo
everybody.
has a chance because Joe Schmo did what he didn't, which is, I'm independent. I'm not going to just voluntarily relinquish my rights because you're dangling cars and front row seats in front of me. Joe Schmo has a chance already. That's why he lost the leverage. He was supposed to be the leader of the new school. Shout out to Busta Rhymes. He was supposed to be the person to, on a much smaller level again, not to talk about me. When I go in these places, there is no threat that Joe Budden can cause the people that I'm talking to. Not a one. Me, like by myself, like in all of my powers. They don't give a about nothing I'm talking about until I say, you know the whole wave of fucking creators out there listen to me and follow me. I got proof, but like you can't. When I say something or do something, there's millions of people that's watching me and is about to try and emulate the same thing. That's the only time to get scared. There's nothing that you can do yourself. So Drake was supposed to be the leader of that and say, I have hundreds and millions of people that's going to do and go as I say when that was at its peak. Who cares now?
You know what? And he might have went in there and said that and said, being that I got this, I want 400 million.
Well, he was due to 400 million based off his own.
I'm just saying
name.
that at that point,
based off
that
his own
might have been
good
what
name.
I'm fighting for. And
Oh,
now I learn more, and it's shit.
Then he sold everybody short.
Or no.
Then he sold everybody short.
Yo, y'all know I got the ear of. Yo, bro, adversity. We are keep missing that. He might not have ever had to have that stance with the labels before. He may have never had to have that stance. When you go home after getting the door shut in your face, now you go home and ponder on how to get around the door, or your brain goes to plan
this
B
could be the
mode.
first door. Well,
this might be
maybe
his first plan B chance
well, maybe instead of running around and buying Pusha T's first microphone and Pharrell's chain.
And
Michael
Tupac's.
Jackson looked Paul McCartney in the face and said, "How much is your publishing?" What the are you talking
He said
about?
that too. If your pub was up for sale, I buy the whole thing. He got to that point.
I know, on a record.
He got to that point.
I know, on a record. What he did in real life was go buy a van that looked like it was on Good Kid, Mad City. You at the big boy poker table now. You know how you walking into the wind, when you walking down that little hallway in the wind with the coffee shop and the bars on the corner, to the left is little slot machines. To the right, you can see him if the shit ain't closed. You can see him. Is the big boys.
The high roller room.
complicit?
You need 5 million plus, 10 million plus to be allowed over here. So again, negligence, naivete on his part, because if you're aware of your opponents, then I'm trying to go buy Future's publishing. I'm trying to go buy 21 Savage's publishing. I'm trying to go buy something that makes my conversation when I walk in this office with Lucien or whoever go a little bit different. They don't care about nothing that he built his house on, which is, I got all the hits, I got the number ones, I have the run, my album. We made that. And your best music, we gonna run that up. Go make your mid. Go make your mid. We gonna put all them albums that we own, your fire shit, that same little algorithm trick you think we doing, we still doing it.
Deluxe.
Yeah,
5-year anniversary.
We got you.
Anniversary.
Hey, have a
20-year
blast
anniversary.
with whatever Honestly Nevermind did. Have fun with that. The label must ain't been too thrilled because that shit came and went too. At some point, You got to have something that stay, and they not going to let nothing stay. What do you think is going to happen with the Drake Party Next Door album now that he's got these suits out?
Brick. Cricket.
That's what I mean about him. That's what I mean about him. Party somewhere thinking that this is the best opportunity that ever happened to me. Wow, thank God this is happening. That should have happened in 2014, right after, if you reading this, it's too late. Right after that, that's when that should have happened. Now, it's too late, and you only doing it, again, for your selfish, greedy reasons. That ain't about to help him, that's about to hurt him. Now it's about to get to a point, anybody that stand with Drake, the high-ups is just looking. Stand there if you want. It's over. They sending a clear-cut message. Yo, it's over. And Drake knows it, so I'm not arguing with nobody now. These suits say he knows what time it is.
For sure.
Yeah.
So he's just going out snitching, basically.
Over the past several months, Drake has repeatedly sought to
That's what it
engage
looks
UMG in discussions to resolve the ongoing harm he has suffered as a result of UMG's actions. They have refused to engage in negotiations and insisted that UMG is not responsible for its own actions. Instead, they pointed the finger at Mr. Duckworth, aka Kendrick, insisted that Drake should initiate legal action against him rather than UMG, and even threatened to bring its own legal claims against Mr. Duckworth if Drake were to pursue claims against UMG.
Newsflash, that's what he wanted to do anyway, but he can't.
You can't do that.
But if y'all think the Karen in him don't want to sue Kendrick himself,
But isn't that the purpose
directly,
of this?
then I don't know what game you're looking at.
If he had sued,
I don't care if they said, hey, go sue him. Guess what? That's jargon to you now. For me, that says even they lying to you different than they normally would. They're not going to jump on that suit if Drake sues Kendrick. They've anointed Kendrick. You are going to take us to the next stratosphere. We're not jeopardizing that. It's the field versus you. It's over for you. They're just saying it's over for you.
if it's the thing for me is when it's over for you, you can go out a couple ways. You can just fade into black. You can just have a good career, or you can go out
in a blaze of glory.
Exactly. Which
Or
is
you can do duck lips and
be.
go grab barrettes and do a bunch of funny hairstyles and be seen with the white boy. I don't want to hear all of this shit. The looks stupid now.
Does this lawsuit, because from what I could hear in social media and in other media circles, people aren't making a distinction between him suing Kendrick and him suing the record label. People are like, yo, he's suing Kendrick, he's going out like a sucker.
No, Kendrick is not involved.
You a bitch
His
no
name's
matter
not
what.
listed.
No,
in
I
the
know, but I'm
suit.
saying people are hearing it like all the jokes, all the jumps,
Yeah.
is still like he's suing Kendrick.
Yeah.
Well, stopped it.
Right. Does this ruin his, I mean, what does this do for his legacy?
This hurts. This hurts.
Hurts it
Yes.
badly.
No matter how you look at it,
Yes.
This is the biggest L I've ever
But-
seen in history.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. This is pretty bad.
Like
But look,
athletic
on the-
history, like this is worse than Atlanta and the
On the flip side of
Patriots.
that,
But wait,
being called a pedophile hurt my legacy. So I gotta fight it.
See, I even think that's a scapegoat. I think that's something.
Y'all are
You do
crazy.
gotta fight
No. I think it did, but being able to hang your hat on it as for it being the cause of all of your shit going awry is cap. It's played a huge part,
Oh, yeah,
but
yeah.
your missteps got us here, and this is the culmination of it.
Your missteps are what got us here. I agree with that.
But he
Niggas on the internet talking about this is the biggest L since this bigger fall off than Ja Rule, which I think is a total slap in the face to Ja Rule. I think the audience owes Ja Rule an apology. Ja Rule was never doing this.
no,
Ja Rule was never playing
took
this
his
game.
shit.
If you're saying that, you're not understanding the game that's being played. This fall off is monumental. Odell ain't called that in years. That really is over now, that relationship. Odell is out. He got his ring. He's not talking to you anymore. And I feel Drake, yo.
how you feeling? But then you kicking his back in.
No, I'm not kicking his back, and I'm telling the truth.
No, well, the truth is,
For 10 years on this podcast in February, I've had to sit here tight-lipped because everybody's stupid.
No,
No, I'm not doing that anymore.
But
I don't need YouTube. I don't need hot takes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm one of the few people that could look at this and just know what time it is. Play with them. Don't play with me. I feel Drake because he has fair and valid points in some of this shit, yo. I've showed up for too many of y'all. That DeMar DeRozan shit is still in effect. Yo, you was in my house. I talked you out of depression. Future, Thug, Weekend. I found you on the street, you piece of shit. But he looking at niggas like I look at Bleep. He done helped too many people. So now he's watching Since Not Like Us or Bot Like Us, whatever you want to call it. Since that, I'm seeing the tides turn in ways from places that I never expected it to. And it's up for all of you. It's up for all of you. And I'm with that willfulness and that conviction and that determination. I'm with all of that. I just don't think that he wins it because of the timing of this. Because of the timing of this. But back to that whole facade about this is for the betterment of musicians everywhere. That's bullshit. Most musicians, even if they're at the top of their game, don't have enough money to do this with the people they need to do it to. 1. 2, even if they have enough money, they know that if they do that, their career is effectively over. So people are not rushing to do that. I applaud Drake because to me, this move comes off as, for lack of a better term, like bomber.
Kamikaze for sure.
Kamikaze.
Yes. The other word.
Yeah, write that. Bleep that. I don't know if we can use. This is like the end of Lioness on that mission they went on. When that mission they went on, when George, the nigga was like, boom, and it's over. I think he know it's over.
It's a good ending though.
Oh man, yo, they're killing the cliffhangers. They're killing the cliffhangers going into the next episode. But I think he knows it's over for him, and on the way out, I'm trying to take a few of y'all down with me, and hopefully the after effects of that could help somebody.
But it also gives him a better narrative. So now that he can say Kendrick didn't end my career. I went against the boss of all bosses for the people, and they took me down, and that's why my career is over. I mean, that's a much better ending. Now you can go down as a martyr as opposed to a nigga that got bodied in a battle so bad.
That I treated unfairly.
Right.
Yeah,
it
but
was the industry versus me.
Right. It's not a bad ending if you want, especially if you're delusional.
It's not a bad ending if he's writing it and that's it. But he has to battle the optics of this in hip hop, and that is you a bitch.
And I think that was a miscalculation. I think he thought suing Universal nobody would give a. But the way that shit tried it out and played out, it looked like he's suing Kendrick.
But not his peers. I mean,
I think
the
that
peers
works for him because the peers, again, you benefited from this. So it looks like just optic wise, like, hey man, I was all right when that was working for me.
Right.
Now it's working against me, and we have to destroy all of this shit. We can't be having this. This is now you want to get on your moral high horse.
Right.
But that's where people looking at it like that's
Meek has came out and said, Meek has came out and said some comments. I mean, people are commenting. I mean, I think it's only
what Meek say.
What are they saying?
Sorry. Oh Lord.
No, did he say like Drake did the same thing against him?
No, Meek said that.
That's who got a case.
Because I think, that's what I think is different.
Meek got a case.
He said,
Meek does have a case.
He said, but Meek be tripping.
Meek.
Yeah, all right, like that. That's what he said. But Meek be tripping.
Like, if you saying that,
right? Because he was saying the same shit.
If you saying Drake benefited from the labels pushing your album, that's different than saying that they push somebody's album against me.
Right.
Like Meek could say, yo, if that happened to Meek and they said, yo, when I was putting out shit against Drake, it was being suppressed, or that's something totally different than, yo, they push my album to get album sales and to make me #1. It's a totally different ballgame.
What I'm saying is that I think only the fans and the people online, they are the one that's laughing at Drake, but the people that have experienced issues with labels, I think they may support him. It's just the fans and the people, the everyday people that oh nigga, you lost, not like us, da 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 da. But the people, like look what Meek said, and other people may support.
Meek also said, I went indie, and my last 2 show offers were in Finland and Portugal. Big festival shows, but nothing after. I sold out the Garden and went indie after Expensive Pain. The media made it look like I fell off terribly after. Expensive Pain is close to platinum. So basically, what he's saying is, once I stopped playing the game,
they disappeared me.
So you have to be willing to play a different game.
Correct.
Right? Everybody's Drake should have known or been advised that, yeah, you may take a step back in terms of sales and branding and yada yada yada. But when you see that back end money from you hitting upload as a strictly independent, it will make up for it. With a lot less of the ask.
If they
you
even